Growing up as a shy, reserved introvert, I always envied extroverted people. I envied them for having their social life so easy. They were able to just make friends left and right, to talk and talk and talk for hours, never running out of things to say. Whereas for me, this domain of talking to people, bonding, connecting, it was so strange. I felt like I'm unable to connect to anyone. I just felt like an outsider. Like I don't really understand the subtleties of their behaviors and their humor sometimes. I just felt different, you know what I mean, right? And I figured that this trait of mine is dragging me down in life because I'm missing social opportunities. I am extremely stressed and pressured and tension talking to people. I consume a lot of energy, my social battery is draining. I hated so many aspects of it. I just figured that something has to change. So I started learning about social skills. Now, learning about social skills got me through. I got to a point where my social life was indeed better, where I could kind of bond to people, I guess, and get through with it pretty decently. But I just thought it was such a complicated art for me. I just had to think about all of these like concepts and ideas that I heard online of, oh, pronounce their name more and ask about their interests more and ask the magical phrase. And I just had to think about it so extensively all the time. And it just drained my social energy, my social battery all the time. And I didn't really enjoy the experience, to be honest. Yeah, I got better results, I got better feedback from people, I got more connections indeed, but I didn't really enjoy the raw experience of it. But I just got complacent with it. I figured that this is just how it is. I can't enjoy my social life completely. I'm just an introvert, I'm different. I'm gonna keep using these tactics I've learned, and they're gonna get me through with my social life pretty decently. It's all I need. Enjoying it is just not for me, it's impossible. But then one day I stumbled across pranksters. The American pranksters like Devil's Epic, like Big Dose, Steven Shapiro. You might be familiar with them. They're basically just approaching people, doing social experiments and pranks and all of these things. And I found it so interesting that they were just chill. They were chill, composed, accepting rejection, accepting praise. It just seemed like people's feedback didn't influence them. At that point, I just took a step back and thought to myself, like, if there is a person that's able to not be influenced by people's feedback, then I could do it as well. Like, it makes sense. There is an example out there in the world. Somebody did it, so then it's doable. So why not me? Something just clicked in my mind at that point, and I just took the courage to go ahead and try it out myself. So exactly what I did is I started approaching people in my social environments. For example, at university or in the gym or in any social environments I would find myself into. I just started talking to people randomly. And I had this mentality of, I'm just gonna be chill about it. I don't care how I look. I don't care about the feedback I receive. All I wanna do is just genuinely talk to people, make a bit of a small talk about whatever comes to my mind, just like these guys are doing online. And then I'm just gonna play with it. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Now, it's important to know that younger Alex used to be terrified about such an approach. Younger Alex wanted control all the time, controlling, being extremely manipulative of how other people perceive me and of every single piece of feedback there is. So I had to just get positive reactions all the time, because if I got one negative reaction, that would ruin my day completely. But now it's just like positive reactions, negative reactions, come to daddy. I accept you wholeheartedly, whatever you might be like. And that's exactly what I did. So I started basically talking to people, just interacting with people I found in my environment. I didn't go out purposefully to talk to people necessarily, like just getting outside of my house just to talk to people. But in these social environments I found myself into, I just decided that instead of having my headphones on, for example, or like just being reserved and in my head, what about going ahead and interacting with people and just making statements about them, observing things about them, and perhaps just saying them out loud. For example, if a person has a nice pair of shoes, I would just say, oh, like, I love your shoes. It's not complicated, is it? And it's not a magical phrase that just guarantees you success every single time. And guess what happened then? I did get positive reactions. I didn't die like younger me thought, but I also got negative reactions. Some people didn't feel like talking to me. Some people were quite how do you call it, rejectful? Is that even a word? I have no idea. That some people rejected me. Some people were just not down to talking at all. And they were just so cold and distant. I was just trying to make a bit of a small talk. They were unreceptive, completely unreceptive. And I was okay with it. And at that point, the whole new universe opened up to me. And I was like, this is how we are supposed to live. This is how we are supposed to talk to one another from a place of security, from a place of accepting every single piece of feedback. And at that point, I realized that their feedback really doesn't change me. Like, I'm not better if I get complimented and praised. I'm not worse if I get rejected. I'm still me. And if you decide to go through this yourself, you will just realize that you are still you. And you don't become a better person if you get positive feedback. You don't become a worse person if you get judged. You're still you, I'm still me. It's people's opinions, it's just information. It's not something that should have all of this emotional charge behind it. And that click, that breakthrough that I had back then, was the initial starting point of my snowball effect. And from that point onwards, I just realized that I can just clip my fingers and become socially confident on the spot, because that's who I am. Like, I have the social confidence in me already, and I will have it with me for the rest of my life. And it's just completely normal. You do have it in you as well. You just have to open your eyes to it. And if you want to go through a similar process yourself, perhaps a good idea would be to watch some of these videos as well to see how these people are talking to others, handling rejection, handling basically every single social situation, just going with the flow, playing around, and try that yourself. Try it yourself. And you're just gonna see that the feedback you think is gonna ruin your day will actually have no effect on you. And when you manage to make this shift, talking to people becomes easy. And you start understanding, if you relate to what I talked about in the beginning of the video, of just feeling like you're different. Now you're gonna start understanding that you are not actually that different. Every single one of us believes that I'm special, I'm different, I'm not like the rest. That's why I can't relate to them. But in fact, you can't relate to them because you have all of these limiting beliefs and expectations and just poisonous thoughts in your mind. And the way to break them is to take the action, to talk to people, and then obviously to process everything there is to process, because you have to break these limiting beliefs that are holding you back right now. That's exactly what I did. After I was talking to people, I was also processing, spending time with myself, like literally home alone without any distractions, processing everything I have to process, like basically journaling. Journaling is exactly what I did, and thinking about the things that my mind comes up with. It's quite simple when you think about it. You spend some time just by yourself, processing and thinking more deeply about these things, allowing your emotions to surface as well and then to flow out, because that's the natural flow the emotions are supposed to go through, to just come and go all the time, come and go, come and go. You're not supposed to just feel sad for an extended period of time. And that's why you're feeling anxious, by the way. This is a separate point. But if you take this action yourself, of having the mindset of being chill and accepting everything that comes to you, being yourself, basically, as cliche as it sounds, being yourself out there in social situations, and then you spend some time alone processing everything that comes up with it, just writing your thoughts down and processing your emotions, then you will just become socially invincible. Like, there is no reason for you not to get to this point yourself. It's quite an easy practice and it shouldn't even take that long. Like, you could literally get fantastic results in 1, 2, 3 months. Like, even in 1 week, you can get that snowball rolling in the first week if you really take aggressive action towards it. For me, it's mind-blowing when I think about it. You spend like dozens of years just being shy and reserved and introverted. You think you're different. You think talking to people is never gonna be for you. And then you take one action that just starts a snowball effect that will just get you to the other side and completely the opposite of what you've been so far. And that doesn't mean you have to be extremely extroverted and social 24/7. But what it means is you unlock that ability and you can choose to be extremely social if you want to be extremely social. But before, you didn't even have this option whatsoever. It's a beautiful life like this, and this is the way you are supposed to be as well. So there is no reason for you to not take this action and start changing your life from now on.